Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Lone Ranger Fishing on 4x4. So on this episode, I'm just taking off the last episode. I've got a few minutes of clip where I started stripping the boat and pulling stuff out, getting it prepped to start the decking, but then GoPro's cut out, lost a lot of footage, so I'm only putting up photos in between that video and this video. This video is going to be the walkthrough of everything done, and then I'll do a separate video with costs and all that sort of stuff. So what I'll do, I will start. So yeah, just got to go through in here, rip all this wire. Nothing's connected. Fuses. Yeah. I'm not going to have that much cable, so that can be cut here. And I'll refuse that. Can go there. Here. Just a mess everywhere. All this, look, all that, just all cluttered, not fused. So take these off, go from there, pull this out. Anyone want a shitty old Lowrance, you can have it. It's an X47, so it's a very, very old model. With a kayak or something. Okay, that's that wiring. The wiring that's coming through. Gears coming out as well. So, yeah. I need a screwdriver. Give you a look in there at the shambles. All the wiring is just fucked. Stuffed, I should say. All the wiring is stuffed. So we'll go from there. Alright, I'm going to cut it off now. I'm going to unscrew this panel, pull all the rest of the wiring out, and then I'll pull the motor off and I'll just show you bare shell. Cheers. Alright, so got the 370 Bass Seacraft, which is all licensed, everything's all sorted now. So compliance plate on the front, VIN's stamped now, all that's sorted. So up the front I do have a trolley motor mount, so that trolley motor mount is mounting a 44-pound water snake at the moment. And then I've put on a spotlight for early morning starts or some night fishing. That's just a 5-inch light from King's, wired in. Then we've got the nav lights, and then down, so this is the front deck, it's all been built. I've got the port for the power to the trolley motor. In this hatch here I have got a 120 amp hour deep cycle battery to run the trolley motor on a switch as well, on a kill switch. That's for the trolley motor right there. And then we come down, got quite a bit of deck space, and then I've got the 60 litre live well in the middle. So everything's plumbed in, ready to go. I've done everything to the minimum spec for the WATA brim tournaments, so that I could potentially fish tournaments and not have an issue. So then we come down, we've got the center deck here, got a little gunnel shelf, and then we'll come around here. We have the fuel tank in there, so that just stores away like that. So 15 horsepower Mariner. And then we'll take a look from this side. I've got the battery in there for all the electrics. There will be a separate battery going in there once the sounder goes on, closed up. So my rods are laying down on this. I've got rod base mounted here, top mounted there, and then they're just going to run up the side. Okay, so that's just going to be turned into an open shelf. So I'm going to board up one section there where the switches are. That's all fused off and switched off, so there's no power going on that. But then there's just going to be an open shelf there where I can just stick things in and it be sort of out of the weather. A couple of rod holders there, a couple at the back, either side. I'm thinking of putting in under here a hatch long ways, just to get some more storage under the deck. There's quite a big void in here that I can't get to because of these two. I just don't want to go cutting too much into the deck. But other than that, that's pretty much the rundown. I've added in these tie-offs on this side. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much a quick rundown of what I've done. Got a few little cosmetic things to do, add in the trim and stuff like that, but other than that, that's pretty much how it's going to be from now on. I think pretty much complete the tournaments. So I just went, so as for tournament's sake, I just went on the WATA website and just printed off the sheet, the spec sheet to run minimum tournament boats, and then basically I set the whole boat up for that. So it's got to be a minimum of 3.7, and then you got to have a minimum of 15 horsepower motor and a minimum of a 60 litre live well, and that's pretty much the size that I could get in where I wanted to get it in without cutting into seats and stuff like that. The seat option wasn't a go for this size because it's quite a small boat. So yeah, and then I ran the battery and everything up front to keep the weight leveled out throughout the boat. As you get, it'll just nose up majority of the time, every time you get on the water. So to counteract that, she rides smooth now, which is good. You'll see me getting out on this more often, getting into some fishing, Canning River, Moore River. I did a lot of the Swan on the kayak, but I'm keen to rip around on this on the Swan, try out some new areas that I've looked at, upper reaches and lower reaches. so that'd be good. And then yeah, so alright, stay tuned for the next video. The next video I'm just going to be chilling. I'll be mucking around with some lures whilst giving you a rundown on prices. I'll go through and get all the prices that I used for everything. So the live well was brought just as a cube, and I did everything else. So all the prices for the breakdown, all that sort of stuff will be all in like a 5-minute video of start to finish, the wiring, all the switches that I've brought. Give you a quick overview, what it costs for the trailer to get re-licensed, what I had to do for it to be re-licensed, because there was a few compliance issues, stuff like that. But otherwise, everything went smoothly. Yeah, alright, well, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button. I want to start getting the ball rolling, getting some more videos, some offshore stuff, chase some inshore fish. Once the weather's good, want to head up north, chase some stuff up there as well, see how good I can use the tinny. Alright guys, thanks for watching, see you on the next one.